Okay, let's take a look at our next section, if we can, please. Section titled Revolution in Mexico. And we know, and we're going to take a quick look back, that Mexico was actually New Spain for 300 years after the Spanish conquest of Mexico, that around the 1820, Mexico, along with a lot of Latin American countries, had revolutions to push the Spanish out. Um, and the people who took charge were Spanish blooded people. They were European, but they were born in Mexico. And they had been considered a lower class than the Spanish born in Spain, who had been the leaders in Mexico. But really, we're not going to see a lot of change for the average person. Now, we're going to see that the Spanish blooded citizens born in Mexico will get with the group of people called mestizos, who are people who are mixes between the Spanish and the Native Americans, work together to push the Spanish out. But again, we see Latin America still a situation where the rich run everything. They control everything. They own everything. About 1,000 families owned almost all the entire country. Um, and Mexico had these leaders who were really supportive of the United States. We have a leader named Porfirio Diaz, who supported U.S. businesses in Mexico. During his time in power, the rich got richer and the poor got poorer, which causes the poor to threaten a revolution. The next leader is a guy named Francisco Madero. He tries to clamp down on these revolutionaries, but is ultimately unsuccessful. He is not able to clamp down on the poor people who wanted an opportunity, just a chance to be successful. And during this time period, we're going to see a man named Pancho Villa becoming powerful in northern Mexico. He puts a excuse me, a band of soldiers together. Um, they're not military soldiers; they're revolutionary soldiers. They win a few battles against the Mexican army. They're kind of hailed as heroes amongst the peasant population. They actually invade the United States and attacked the city of Columbus um, during this period, which causes the U.S. to send its army into Mexico. So we're going to see now that the U.S. Army is now in Mexico looking for Pancho Villa, unable to find Pancho Villa. And Pancho Villa is kind of hiding in the hills. Um, Pancho Villa is we're gonna find he works with the next Mexican leader named Emilio Zapata, who wants to now lead an effort to redistribute land, taking land from the rich, these 1,000 rich families that we've been talking about, and trying to give it to the poor peasants of Mexico. The landless people of Mexico. Look, Mexico's got beautiful weather. Much of Mexico is more fertile than what we have here in California. It's warm. It's very tropical. They get enough rain to support amazing crops, and the ability to grow things in Mexico is through the roof. It's some of the most beautiful land on earth. Um, but it just wasn't being utilized to its full possibilities. And in part, that's because these 1,000 rich landowners didn't really try to turn it into amazing farmlands with crops that could be sold and made a lot of money on. A lot of the land just kind of sat. And that's in part why we see Emilio Zapata trying to redistribute the land and try and take care of the poor people of Mexico. Finally, in 1917, a new constitution is made. It gives the right to vote to all men in Mexico. And we're going to start to see that there are some um, that take place here. And the people of Mexico are going to start to get some more rights, some more opportunity. And really, that was the big problem at the time, is that the rich were not allowing the lower classes to have the opportunity to move up and to be successful in society. Um, we'll see that over the next 100 years, Mexico has varying degrees of success at creating opportunity for all Mexican citizens. But it only gets better from this point for the low income, for the 99.99% of people in Mexico.